Hello everyone, and I'm your host Gavin Bender. And today I have two master debaters with me as we will be bringing the light that is the dumpster fire of the NFL. How this is going to work is I'm going to ask a question and either Tim or Landon will begin the topic. The other will have a chance to counter. Today's topic is the worst that the NFL has to bring. All right guys, question 1. Who is the worst franchise currently through week 7?
Worst franchise through week 7, I'm going to say, is the Cincinnati Bengals. They're 500 on the year, going to 2 straight AFC championships, going to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Joe Burrow's calf injury is a little bit more prominent than we originally thought. The offense has only put up 100 points this year. They're a completely different team than they have been the past couple of years.
I would slow the roll on the Bengals. You said it, and you said it perfectly. Joe Burrow's had a calf injury, and they've won 3 out of their last 4. They're no stranger to getting off to slow starts, still finding their way in the AFC title game. I'll tell you who's a bigger disappointment, and that's none other than the Chargers. They are a huge disappointment. Our host Gavin's not going to like this, but they spend the most money on their defense in the NFL, and it ranks 31st. So what's more disappointing than that? It's nothing. Not to mention, they pay their quarterback the second amount of money in the NFL. Justin Herbert has the second highest contract, and he's playing like a bottom 10 quarterback in the league right now. He's not doing anything for his team. This team is 2-4. They're a huge disappointment.
Well, that's not going to get you any brownie points with me, but let's move on to the second question. Who should commit to blowing it up and having the tank fully realized and draft Caleb Williams?
I'll start us off, and I think this one's easy. Caleb Williams has made it obvious. He doesn't want to go play for a bottom feeder team. You know who's not that team? The Titans. Mike Vrabel's a great coach. He puts together a very good defense, but they have nothing to succeed in this NFL. This NFL needs a quarterback-driven team to win games. The Titans are not that. I'll touch on that a little bit later with Ryan Tannehill, but they're already talking about trading Derrick Henry. Trade Derrick Henry. Get some pieces, get some draft picks, tank for that first spot, get Caleb Williams, and you might be able to win your division next year with a division that's normally up for grabs.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel doesn't even know how to use Derrick Henry properly, in my opinion, and being that he's been on my fantasy team the last 4 years, it really just annoys me. But I'm going to say the New England Patriots on this, as much as I hate to say that. They have Bill Belichick still. Word on the town is that he might be on his way out, but I don't believe it. All they need is a quarterback that's not Mac Jones, and they would be a lot more successful of a team, and they might go back to the TB12 days with Caleb Williams.
All right, let's bring it back to the worst. Who is the worst NFL free agent signing? Tim, you start us off.
I'm definitely going to have to say Jimmy Garoppolo on this. The Raiders are paying him way too much money. They got him for 3 years, $67 million. He has thrown for 7 touchdowns and 8 picks so far this year. He hasn't even started every game because he's already injured. And he has career lows in QBR right now at 82. He's just a complete waste of money, in my opinion.
They brought Jimmy Garoppolo there to hold a place. A team that brought Derek Carr, the former Raider quarterback, they brought him into the Saints. The Saints brought this guy in there to help them win the league, or their division. He has not done that. He has thrown a pick in more games than in games that he has not thrown a pick. He has not been good for this team. They are not going to win this division because of him. They're a well-put-together roster. They've had experience winning this division in the recent past. They're looking for a guy to take them over the hump. He ranks in the bottom half of the league in total QBR. He has not been good this year, and he's not going to get any better.
Well, I love the hate on the quarterback, so let's stay right there. Which starting quarterback right this second will not have a starting job this time next year?
I'll start this one off, and I mentioned it earlier. Ryan Tannehill will be without a job next year. Now, he'll be a backup, as all teams do, but besides being able to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, what does this guy do well? He's not consistent. He's thrown 2 touchdowns to 6 interceptions this year. That's unacceptable. He is losing games for this team. It's been unacceptable. If he doesn't turn it around, he's going to be without a job indefinitely, and this whole team might have a new cast of characters on it next year.
I completely agree with you on the Ryan Tannehill take. I'm going to go back and say Mac Jones. Mac Jones just has not been good. Last week he played pretty good against Buffalo, which is a very hard thing to do, completing 25 out of his 30 passes. But Mac Jones, he's just the definition of mid. Honestly, even worse than that. I probably can't say that on the air what he actually is, but that's what he is.
Well, good one, Tim, there. Final question. Which team with a winning record right now is the most fraudulent?
I'm going to go and say the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one. Their point differential, they're somehow 4-2. They have negative 24 in the point differential right now. They don't know how to use Jaylen Warren properly. He should be the starter over Najee Harris. Matt Canada is the worst offensive coordinator in the NFL, and that's not even debatable, and you know it's not. Kenny Kitten Mittens at quarterback, he is absolutely atrocious of a quarterback as well. It's not like he's playing at Pitt. He's playing in Pittsburgh now for the Steelers. I got to go the Steelers on this one.
When are we going to give this up with the Steelers? They have had a winning record or not a losing record every year that Mike Tomlin's been the coach. This is what they do. This is not fraudulent. We see it every year. I'll tell you a team that's more fraudulent and with a worse quarterback than Kenny Pickens. Desmond Ridder is atrocious for the Falcons. The Falcons have won every game this year except for one by just one possession, and that one game was against the 0-6 Carolina Panthers. They're not a good team. Bijan Robinson has been in and out. Last week was disappointing on that team. They are not looking good. They're going to play a really bad schedule this year with some bad teams on it, so their record might look a little bit better than it actually should be. They are frauds, and they will not stand any chance in the NFL playoffs.
Well, that was our last question, so let's wrap this up. That was some good arguments, boys. I thought Tim started hot, but Landon really came through at the end, and I think he deserves the W. Once they put those hats on, we want to thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.